Eastern PA Weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for June 25th, 2018. For your Monday, cold front moved through last night, and that is now well off to the east in association with this area low pressure. There was a few storms in some spots yesterday evening, but overall, the weekend wasn't really that bad. I know we were cloudy Saturday for the most part, but we really didn't deal with too much in the way of rain this past weekend, so I know we were keeping track there of consecutive weekends of having kind of some crappy weather, and we really weren't that bad this weekend overall. So I wouldn't really put this weekend in the crappy department, even though Saturday was just generally cloudy, but for the most part rain-free. A couple areas had a few showers overnight when everybody's sleeping, but then just toward the end of the day or end of the weekend, we had a few thunderstorms roll through later in the afternoon evening. Not a real big deal overall. So this is moving away, and we're going to have high pressure moving in from the northwest. That's going to be up here in this location and moving down toward our region, and that is going to bring with it some lower humidity. So we're going to have temperatures near average today. Mostly sunny skies as high pressure continues to build in from the northwest, and this system here will stay to the south because high pressure is forcing it to stay to the south. So we're not going to be dealing with anything in the way of precipitation today, tomorrow. Here's a look at later today. High pressure is continuing to nose down, and then that will be off to our east. It's going to continue across the region overnight, so clear skies overnight, and it will be off to our east here by later on Tuesday. But again, a partly to mostly sunny day on Tuesday as well. Temperatures kind of similar to what they were, maybe a degree or two less on Tuesday, but still the same kind of idea with the mostly sunny skies and the lower humidity. After this point, we're going to have a partly cloudy day on Wednesday. I think we're starting off partly cloudy. We have another system moving in from the west. You can see that right here. Here's the area low pressure driving this. There is a warm front that's going to be pulled through this area out ahead of it. The warm front is actually sitting down here like this, so it's going to come through our region, but not on Wednesday, I don't think. Here we move to the later in the day. Here is the early afternoon. Here is the evening. Maybe get a shower to our far western counties, but I think the bulk of this, with this warm front and this the associated low pressure, this is going to be off to the west. So it's going to take its time to get in here. I don't think it gets here until probably mid or late evening for most areas, or maybe even the overnight. So looks like Wednesday is going to be a partly cloudy day, maybe some late clouds, and that's it. And then that rain coming, and rain and thunderstorms possible overnight into early Thursday morning. Here is the overnight period. Here is just before dawn. We have this the front actually moving through, and then we get to Thursday morning. We're just maybe a leftover shower, morning clouds, and that's about it. And then decreasing clouds in the afternoon. Not looking at late day thunderstorms here, I don't think, but we'll continue to watch that because there will be a cold front that is associated with this. It's going to move through. It's called a cold front technically, but there will be absolutely no cold behind this whatsoever. None. The only thing this is going to do is going to lower humidity with that front once that comes through. So once that front comes through, we're just going to lower the humidity. We're going to get to Friday now. And Friday is back to partly to mostly sunny skies. Here is, I'm just going through the precipitation right now. Here is Friday, partly to mostly sunny skies. Mostly sunny skies here on Saturday, mostly sunny skies here on Sunday. So we will have a dry weekend this weekend. However, once this warm front moves through, a cold front or whatever, what have you, here on Thursday, once that's out of the region, we're going to get hot, and I mean very hot. All right, so here let's go over to the upper air analysis. This is looking at 500 millibars. This is when you go up to the atmosphere about 18,000 feet. Okay, these are geopotential heights, all these contour lines here. Huge ridge that's going to be building in up and over the region here. So we're obviously right over here in Pennsylvania. 594 decameters is very high for potential geopotential heights. So this is telling me that we're going to have some seriously hot temperatures this weekend, and I think it's going to be a little bit more than what some of these models are indicating. If you look at the European model, not really too thrilled with high heat. I think it's incorrect, and the reason I say that, let's give you a point of reference. Here was today, here was yesterday. We got up in the middle 80s yesterday, 85, 86 for highs before those storms rolled in. We were about, the contour line going through our area here was about 580, 582, were the height lines. Okay, so that's where we were as far as 500 millibar geopotential height, and that value was about 582. Once you get over 590 decameters in heights, you get some very seriously hot temperatures, especially in this in the summertime. We're now talking about climatologically the hottest time of the year, and then you're going to go ahead and throw this in here with this very strong ridge. We could be having temperatures a lot higher than the models are indicating. So here's what we're looking at here on Saturday. This is looking at Saturday right here with that heat coming in, and then you get to Sunday, and it's centered right over top of our region, almost directly over Philadelphia. So it's going to be very hot, over 590 decameters. So again, we're looking probably about 593, 594. So that tells me the temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 90s, maybe even flirting with 100 in some spots, especially along the urban heat island areas along I-95 and the urban corridors. Could be flirting with 100 degrees. And a lot of that's going to depend on heat and humidity and how much is there. I think you're going to have the heat. I don't think you're going to have the humidity this weekend. So if the dew points are low enough, it allows the temperatures to go a little bit higher. So I think that's we're going to lean higher in our local forecast with temperatures this weekend. Mid to upper 90s Saturday, Sunday. And guess what, folks? This probably continues into next week. Here's a look at Monday. It's still sitting over top of us. And finally, once we get to Tuesday, this is the day before 4th of July holiday, it's still sitting right here. It will start to retrograde westward, but I think that's going to start taking place a little bit later. So we're still 591 decameters here on Tuesday. I think we're going to keep this heat and humidity going all the way into next week through the official 4th of July holiday, and probably to around maybe the 5th or 6th or so. And then you might have a little relaxation period where it gets, maybe not quite as hot, and then we go back up again with another heat wave coming in after that. So it's going to be back-to-back. You just get used to that in the beginning of July. First 15 days of July at least look very hot, dominantly hot. There might be a few days in there where it's really not as hot, but, who cares? It's going to be very hot. As long as we keep the humidity away, I think we'll be okay, and I think that's going to be the case this weekend. We'll get the air temperatures up higher, but the good thing is the humidity won't be quite as high. It won't feel as oppressive, if that makes any sense. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed for that, but it does look like we are mostly sunny this weekend. No precipitation, so we're back on that bandwagon where we're going to have the dry weekends for the entirety of the weekend, unlike what we had that long streak through the month of May and most of June. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Barntrich. That is your outlook for June 25th, 2018. Have a great Monday.